I caught my wife's 20-year affair, so I got revenge. For 20 years, I thought I had a happy marriage. Not perfect, of course. Who really has that? But solid, loving. We had routines. Friday night takeout, Sunday morning coffee on the porch, family vacations, movie nights with the kids. Inside jokes that would crack us up in public and make strangers stare. Matching pajamas at Christmas because she insisted it was cute. And I played along, smiling like an idiot because I loved her. Genuinely. Her name is Marissa. We met in college. She had this wild, untamable energy, that magnetic laugh. You know the type. Walks into a room and makes it hers. Everyone noticed her, but she chose me. And that felt like winning the lottery. We married 3 weeks after graduation. Everyone said we were rushing. I called it destiny. In hindsight, it was a demolition derby with a fresh coat of paint. We had 3 kids. 2 boys, Mark and Ethan, now in college, and our youngest, Lily, still in high school. My entire world. I coached Little League, made Halloween costumes, stayed up late helping with science fair projects. I worked long hours, but made sure to be home for dinner. I was trying to be the man she and the kids could count on. Then, last summer, everything started unraveling. It began with little things. Her phone never left her hand. She'd turn the screen away when I walked into the room. She stopped laughing at my jokes. Intimacy? Forget it. She was tired, not in the mood, or mysteriously already asleep when I came to bed. I asked her if something was wrong, and she gave me the tired old line. Work stress. One night, I woke up at 2 a.m. and she wasn't in bed. I went downstairs and saw her whispering into her phone on the back porch. She didn't see me, but I heard her. I miss you so much. I wish I was in your bed right now. That was the moment something inside me snapped. Not outwardly. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just stood there in the dark, hand clenched around a glass of water, listening to her whisper as the fantasy I'd built for 2 decades shattered around me. The next day, I started digging. And what I found was like peeling back layers of rot beneath a floorboard you thought was sturdy. Phone records, bank statements, emails, photos. A secret second phone hidden in the lining of her gym bag. That's how I met Damon. Well, not met, but I saw him. Tall, smug, married. A guy she used to work with. I'd shaken his hand once at a company picnic. The bastard looked me in the eye and told me I had a beautiful family. Turns out Damon had been her lover for 20 years. 20. They started hooking up the year after we got married. While I was working overtime to afford our first house, she was sneaking off to hotels with him. And it wasn't just sex. They were emotionally entangled. There were love letters. Emails sent while I was playing board games with our kids in the living room. She called him soulmate, told him I was a loser, said she was only with me for stability. There were photos. Dozens. One, in particular, burned into my brain. She was lying in a hotel bed, wearing the necklace I gave her for our 10th anniversary, the one she swore was her favorite, while Damon kissed her neck. The timestamp? The same weekend she told me she was going on a spa retreat with the girls. I didn't confront her. Not yet. That would have given her power. No, I wanted her to feel it, to drown in it. So I started building a case. I copied everything. Cloud backups, photos, messages. I installed spyware on her devices. I tracked every move. I mirrored her phone. I became her digital shadow. And the more I saw, the worse it got. She wasn't just cheating. She was dismantling me behind my back. She told Damon I was a joke, that I couldn't satisfy her. That she fantasized about slipping sleeping pills into my dinner and waking up next to him instead. She mocked how I tried to surprise her with romantic dinners. Said I looked pathetic lighting candles like some rom-com idiot. She said our daughter, Lily, probably wasn't mine. That line stopped me cold. I did a DNA test. I waited for her to leave for her fake yoga retreat and swabbed Lily's toothbrush. She wasn't mine. 17 years and she wasn't mine. I had held her when she was born. I taught her to ride a bike, stayed up all night helping her through her first breakup, and none of it was real. I felt like I was trapped in some alternate universe where everything I loved was built on sand. I talked to my lawyer. We devised a plan, a slow, meticulous unraveling. Step 1, control the finances. I opened a separate bank account, moved half our savings discreetly, set up a trust for the kids, and prepped for the storm. Step 2, the private investigator. I needed more than screenshots. I needed footage, proof, and boy, did he deliver. I got video of her entering hotels, recordings of conversations between her and Damon. She even sent him money, thousands of dollars over the years. She said it was supporting his dreams. Translation: funding her side piece's midlife crisis band. Step 3. The party. I threw a fake anniversary celebration. Rented a hall, invited everyone, friends, family, co-workers, even her parents. She walked in wearing a red dress, smiling like the Queen of England, thinking I was about to toast her for being the love of my life. Instead, the projector came on. "This is a tribute," I said, holding up my glass, "to 20 years of memories." Click. A photo of her and Damon at a hotel. Click. A screenshot of a message: "I wish he would die in his sleep." Click. A paternity test result. Click. A video clip of her saying she only stayed with me because he'd be lost without me. The room went dead silent. Then came the murmurs. Her mother gasped and sat down, stunned. Her father looked like he'd aged 10 years in 10 seconds. One of her cousins quietly got up and walked out, shaking their head. Marissa dropped her wine glass. It shattered, echoing in the silence. She stared at me. "What the hell is this?" I said. "Truth. Something you've avoided for 20 years. Enjoy." She ran out in tears. The next day, I filed for divorce. I didn't sue for custody. Our sons were adults. But Lily? She was still underage, and despite not being biologically mine, I'd raised her. Loved her. She didn't know the truth, and I wasn't about to abandon her. My lawyer advised against full custody since I wasn't the biological father. It could get tricky. But I fought anyway. And eventually, with her consent, I got guardianship. Marissa couldn't provide stability. Not anymore. When I told Lily the truth, because I had to, she cried harder than I'd ever seen. But she hugged me and whispered, "You're still my dad, always." That nearly broke me. As for Damon, I wasn't done with him. Turns out he had a wife and 3 kids. So I mailed her a copy of the dossier. Every message, every photo, every proof of betrayal. She called me, at first screaming, then sobbing, then thanking me. Said she'd suspected but never had proof. They divorced. She took him to the cleaners, got the house, the car, full custody. Damon? He tried to contact Marissa after the fallout, but she was toxic waste now. He ghosted her within a week. And the cherry on top? I published our story online. It got a lot of traction. People shared it like wildfire. The story of the wife who cheated for 20 years and got obliterated in a single night. Her coworkers saw it. Her boss saw it. HR called her in for a morality clause review. She was let go within a month. Now she lives in a 1-bedroom apartment downtown, working part-time at a boutique shop that barely pays rent. No car, no partner, no savings. She tried reaching out to me, said she wanted closure, that she made a mistake. I left her on read. She left me broken. I rebuilt stronger. She burned our family down. I rose from the ashes with a flamethrower. Do I feel guilty? Not even a little. She gambled our life for a thrill, and she lost everything. I sleep like a baby now. And she? Well, she finally knows what it feels like to be disposable. Twist the knife? Sure. I kept the red dress she wore to that party, framed it. It hangs in my office, a trophy, a reminder, never again. And to anyone living in a lie, don't just walk away. Burn it down so they never forget the fire.